Finals. Nancy, the vault is always spectacular. I don't know if there's anyone in the world better at it than Mary Lou Retton, young as she is.
And certainly her coach, Bella Caroli, would attest to that. But, you know, in today's competition, not only do we have Mary Lou, but dynamic performances from Diane Durham and some innovation from Tracy Talavera. I'm really excited to see what everybody does.
Well, the women's vault coming up right now.
First up is Tracy Talavera, one of 3 athletes in this competition who is a member of our 1980 Olympic team.
Speed, power, excitement. The vault includes all 3, and speed down the runway is vital, Nancy, as you well know.
Great layout vault. She should be happy with that one. Tracy being coached by Mike Lynch. The slow-mo replay, Tracy, as I said, has always been an innovator. The first one in our country to perform this vault, and she does it well.
Tracy Talavera with a 9.65 score ready for her second vault attempt.
And that's with a full twist. She adds difficulty. The difference about the final competition is that the athletes have to perform 2 different vaults, and both scores are averaged together. Adding the full twist adds difficulty.
Tracy Talavera in peak form averages 9.70 after a score of 9.75 on her second vault. The judges looking for height, distance, and eye-arresting movement. Here's a young lady that can provide all 3, the 1983 national champion Diane Durham from nearby Gary, Indiana.
Very intense. I'm sure she's thinking about every part of the vault coming up. There's a full twisting super high. In the laid out position, the step on the landing will cost a few tenths. So important to push off through your shoulders, tight body, and of course the landing is important too.
There'll be some points off there, but overall it was a very good vault. In fact, it rated a 9.75.
Second vault. Handspring, half turn, somersault out.
That one, even better, as the judges show a 9.80. So Diane Durham averages 9.77 to take the lead in the vault. But no lead is safe when Mary Lou Retton's in the competition, and she's ready to vault now. Earlier in the all-around competition, Mary Lou went off the vault, came down, and she had a perfect 10 when the number went up.
Now I'm sure she's thinking about what she can duplicate that performance. She's barreled down that runway. Tight front somersault out of the handspring.
Mary Lou, a little lady that's always smiling. Nancy asked her about that.
Do you ever get depressed? Yes, I do.
What depresses you, Mary Lou?
Well, you know, when workouts don't go well, everybody has ups and downs, but lately they've been good, so I haven't been depressed.
Not the way she's been going, not with a perfect 10 in the all-around. Mary Lou Retton's first vault was good for 9.75, and here she comes again.
And there's her layout super hard.
And that looked as good as her perfect 10 a little bit earlier, Nancy.
I agree with you, John. You just can't say enough about this young lady's determination and power. What a great vault.
She is very swift of foot, which she says is a key to her successful vaulting. That gives her the amplitude, the height. When she comes off the vault, she comes down, and the judges show a 9.95, almost perfect. So the average, 9.85, is good enough to win the event. Mary Lou Retton, the champion of vaulting. Diane Durham is second. Tracy Talavera third. Championship. Ready for the uneven bar competition. Kathy Johnson getting the bar ready. A short time ago, this 17-year-old, Marie Roethlisberger, took the lead with a spectacular demonstration. Marie is the daughter of a 1968 U.S. Olympic gymnast, Fred Roethlisberger.
And Marie is establishing quite a reputation for herself on this event. Giant, reverse hex. She really attacks the bars.
Very aggressive gymnast you have to be to score with today's judges. The gymnast must be daring and creative with a very simple piece of equipment. The judges look for daring.
Double back flyaway. Marie did a very nice routine.
The judges thought so also, Nancy, as Marie scored 9.85. Now Julianne McNamara goes to the uneven bar. She is one of the best, but really has something to shoot at after Marie scores.
Giant swing. You know, I think the first day Julianne walked in the gym, folks thought this was going to be her strongest event. Good extension. The team hasn't slowed down. I think she's on a roll here. Nice high cast. Here comes a dismount. Perfect routine.
An excellent show by Julianne McNamara, so adroit as we watch in slow motion at weaving together a series of motions and tricks on the uneven bars.
And watch as she prepares for her dismount. Her rotation as she does the somersault is higher than the high bar. Great amplitude. That's a winner.
It is indeed a winner, Nancy. A judge's score of 9.95 gives the uneven bars competition to Julianne McNamara. Marie Roethlisberger second in that competition. Diane Durham finished third. Now let's go back to Marv Albert. Sample work. It's a tough event, and here's one of the best, Mary Lou Retton.
Performing earlier, Mary Lou does a good high back somersault. You know, I think it's difficult for a small gymnast to look graceful on this event, but Mary Lou has worked very hard at that. Her dance is improving. She's becoming more consistent.
And her coach is always a very interested spectator.
Sometimes I think it's harder for the coach than the gymnast. They can't get up on the beam and perform the move.
Now, that's not something I don't think Bella would try.
Good. That was a routine they were both happy about.
Crowd and Coach Caroli, and the judges liked it too, awarding Mary Lou a 9.70. She takes the early lead. But that lead only lasted until 15-year-old Pam Bialik got up on the balance beam. A wonderful dancer. She was ready to score.
Pam has beautiful lines as she performs her balance beam routine. She's been training at the SCAPS Club in Southern California. They've done a wonderful job of choreography in this routine. Good high lift on the gaining back somersault.
That impressed the judges, Nancy. Pam Bialik scored 9.80, and she took the lead. Now we go to Tracy Talavera, the last competitor in the balance beam. A very impressive mount.
Again, more innovation from Tracy. I always love watching her on the balance beam because as a spectator, I don't get nervous for her. She's very calm.
Tracy Talavera has a 9.8 to beat if she's to win this event. Tracy began in competitive gymnastics 10 years ago when she was just 7 years of age. She's tall for gymnast, Nancy, 5'4", but uses that to her advantage.
There's another innovation, the flare on the balance beam. Each gymnast has to perform some creativity and what we call originality. Tracy has a lot of it. Aerial cartwheel right into a back handspring. A little off, but that's very difficult to do. There's her gaining back somersault.
Tracy Talavera going for the win in the balance beam. Pam Bialik, the best score up to now, with a 9.80.
Preparing for her dismount. So far, it's been a solid routine. Double back somersault. Boy, she nailed that one. That is a typical Tracy Talavera routine.
And one of the biggest ovations of the afternoon is accorded Tracy Talavera. The judges applaud her, too, with a score of 9.80. So Tracy and Pam Bialik tie for the championship in the balance beam competition. Still to come, the beauty and excitement of the women's floor exercise. Final event of the day, the women's floor exercise, a captivating display of dance and athletic ability where the gymnasts have nothing to hold on to but thin air. Julianne McNamara just completed her floor exercise, and Nancy, it was a very good one.
It certainly was. You know, after 4 years of being on the national team, I think Julianne looks like she's at her peak right now. Preparing for her first tumbling run, dynamic round-off back handspring, full twisting double back somersault. She goes out of bounds, which is a 10th off, but the rest of the routine was great. Julianne has mastered the ability to show her emotions, her personality. Beautiful routine.
And a very excellent score from the judges, 9.85, giving Julianne the early lead. So Julianne had a tremendous performance, and now a 15-year-old with a wonderful gift of dance, Michelle Doucet, will try to better that. All these athletes refine their talents with hard work. The world-class gymnasts are born with great gifts of coordination and balance. I think you're really going to enjoy Michelle Doucet with her dance on the floor exercise.
Her routine is a real treat to watch. First tumbling run. Double back somersault in a pike position. The thing that amazes me is that Michelle is only 15 years old. And it takes a lot of maturity to dance as well as she does. Here's a triple fall. This takes confidence. Trains with the Scats in Southern California. Mary Wright, the choreography coach. Great routine. Preparing for the last tumbling run. Good clean double fall. Dramatic ending for Michelle.
And a big and well-deserved ovation for this 15-year-old Michelle Doucet in the floor exercise.
Coach Don Peters, pleased with the routine.
So are the judges at 9.85, so she is tied for the lead with Julianne McNamara. But as always, when Mary Lou Retton's in the field, everybody could be playing for second place. Mary Lou Retton excels at floor exercise as she does in every other aspect of the sport. You can tell she's ready.
One of the things that puts Mary Lou above the other athletes is her tremendous ability to tumble so well. Watch the power she has in each of her tumbling runs.
4 feet 10, 90 pounds. Coach Caroli working the music on top of every aspect of his performer's routine.
The concentration as Mary Lou prepares for her first tumbling run. Pull in, double back out, and no steps on the landing. She's on so far. Watch the way Mary Lou's movements just say to the crowd, come on, join in with me.
She can ignite an arena with her demonstration.
High double back somersault. Mary Lou also looks in the best physical condition I've ever seen her. Thin, good muscle tone. She's ready for Los Angeles.
She really is.
Zella adjusting the music for her.
I think he's ready for LA, too.
Hunt front somersault, high side aerial. That's a good routine. Not a good routine, a great routine. Perfect way to end the competition.
Mary Lou Retton, the supercharged little West Virginian, closing with the flourish to another overwhelming ovation here at McGraw Hall, Northwestern University.
One more example of her power. Round off back handspring, full twisting double back somersault, and lands it without any bobbles at all.
Now we await the judges' scoring. Bella's reaction tells it all. Another perfect 10 for the little lady from West Virginia. So again, Mary Lou Retton scores the perfect number, the magic number. A standing ovation is accorded her here at McGraw Hall as the perfect 10 is on the board, and Mary Lou Retton is champion of women's floor exercise. Mary Lou wins 2 of the 4 individual events. Let's meet her now. She's with Bill McAtee and her coach, Bella Caroli.
Hi, Don. Thank you. Mary Lou, did your ankle bother you out there at all?
Not really. Just a little bit. It's just a little pain problem. I had